Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. Echo's kind of tied up right now. We appreciate you all tuning in. It's good to got Hasbro over here. Guest again. It's good to have him. And got Echo. He's kind of busy, so bear with us, guys, and he'll be in the show. We appreciate you guys in the side chat. Sorry about the delay, and we'll Echo will be with us shortly. But it's good to have you guys. What's going on, Hasbro? How you doing?
Hey, just working on cleaning up some new die sets. I was telling them before, got new Redding titanium carbide dies. We'll see how good they are. But my Lees are finally giving up the ghost after 25 years. I guess that's okay. And a lot of rounds.
They
So,
say they
so I'm
last a
working
long
on tonight.
time.
I'm going to load this, and I'm going to do the same thing to a new set of 30-06 Springfield dies and start loading up for my 1903 Springfield.
Cool. Yeah, they say those Lees hold up a lot of loading over the years. I know
Yeah,
Reading, I think. Go ahead.
no, that's fine.
Reading is a little bit more polished, a little bit more different. I think different steel, isn't it?
Don't know.
I don't know if the
Probably.
steel's. Yeah, the steel's. I'm not sure about the steel, but the steel definitely is more polished and refined, for sure, on the Readings. They supposedly, I
But
think, more hardened too.
well, like I was telling you the other two, I know I'm well north of 10,000 rounds loaded on that Lee set, and so I've cleaned them and cleaned them, and I could probably polish them out, keep going. But I thought, it's time for a new set. That
Mm-hmm.
could be a backup.
Yeah, Lees are good dies, but Reading's good dies too. I've never disliked one Reading die I've ever bought. They're great. I appreciate you guys showing up over here in the side chat. We got quite a few in here. Echo's back. I'm gonna go ahead and call people out right quick. G Webs was with us. PNW Woods joined us. Tactical FUD is with us. MSB 9021 joined us. Andy 79Z28. Good to see you all. Tactical FUD, Hasbro Andy. Uncle John's with us. Hey, Uncle John, how you doing? Who else here? Info Bros. Hey, how you doing? Hope everybody's doing well.
Yeah, he was
And
on last night.
sorry about the delay, guys.
Yeah, I ended up having to change my insulin pump at the last minute.
I had forgotten you said that at 6:30, and then I realized why we wasn't starting live.
Yeah, I
And
was like,
Is that something that just goes bad, or something has to be replaced regularly, or how's that work?
it runs out
Oh,
like
okay.
every 4 days, and it's got a sensor that tells it what my blood sugar is and me at all times. And my insulin pump will come on when it needs to, and it shuts off when it needs to.
Tactical
So
FUD says he needs to find some Grindle brass.
some Grindle brass, yeah.
Stock.
Check Starline
Yeah.
and go ahead and back order it if you can, and get alerts for when you can. They come in stock once every couple weeks, literally.
I'd show him my bag of it, but I don't want to make a grown man cry.
Yeah, I was thinking you had some, Hasbro. You showed it to.
I had to
What
use it to make my 6 millimeter arc because I couldn't get any brass for it. So I
what
really
did
hate to do
what did it cost you for that brass, and how many?
that. I got 250 from them. I think it was 78 or just about $80,
Not bad.
Yeah,
and it was available, so that was cheap.
got Tin Man just jumped in. Good to see
Oh,
you, Tin Man.
hey, Kurt, what's going on, brother?
He says Starline opened back orders for Grindle brass. They normally ship back orders quickly. Appreciate the
Yes,
tip.
thank you, sir.
Yeah, every
So
time
what
back
we're
ordered, I get it.
yeah, they're good about it. So we're talking about Big-Bore Thumpers.
The Thumper. The Thumper.
Basically, this is my 458 Socom that I built from parts from Tony over at Tromex. And the only thing that I changed was the barrel is total stainless steel, and Tony will gun coat it for you if you want it black. But I had it sent in stainless, and I Cerakoted it myself, black, flat black, and or matte black actually. And basically, I also have a young Daniel Young young manufacturing bolt carrier group. Their M16 national match carrier that's an ounce heavier than their normal M16 chrome carrier. And for a spring in the back, I'm running a Wolf rifle length extra power XP AR-15 M16 spring by Wolf Manufacturing. And let's see, and I'm running a regular M16 buffer, just DPMS M16 buffer. Barrel is a Tromex, upper receiver is a Tromex, and gas blocks is Tromex, the crush washer's Tromex, along with the muzzle device. I'm running a Magpul Mo stock on the back in black, and I'm running a Magpul Mo Plus K2 grip, and this is an Allison Lynn Geisley ALG trigger with about a 5 pound or 4.5 pound to 4 3/4 pound brake on it. And I went with a little heavier brake so that I would not have bump fires, because this cartridge kicks a lot more than any other cartridge I've shot out of an AR-15. And yeah, because this is the small rifle. This is not a large platform. This is the small platform AR-15 M16 size frames. So they're the smaller frames of the two, AR-10 versus LR-308 versus SR-25 versus AR-15 M16. And I am running a, I'm trying to remember the company. I've got a latch that comes through underneath the trigger guard and through the trigger guard here, so that you can lock the bolt back without actually having to grab the left hand of the rifle, the bolt paddle, the ping pong paddle. You can just grab it right through the trigger guard.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say that's a trying to remember who that company is that they're not cheap. They're about $65-$70, and Brunel sells them, and they something 5, phase 5.
Yeah, that's it.
Phase 5. Yeah, phase 5. And basically the handguard is an SLR Rifle Works handguard in key mod, and this is from SLR Rifle Works in Winter Garden, Florida. And you guys can check out their website. They build a lot of nice stuff. And if you call them, tell Jose or Todd, one of the, Todd's the general manager. Tell them that Echo sent you, and you can get a little bit of a discount on your shipping at least. But those guys are a great bunch of guys. And I'm running for an optic. I'm running a Vortex AR optic that takes it's got a quick change battery, and it takes like a AAA battery, regular AAA, and it's on the front, so you can easily get it out from underneath it and throw it away, put a new one in, or if you want to mess with rechargeables. But the whole idea about this is to use a common battery that you can get anywhere and be able to replace it cheaply. but it holds up pretty well to the recoil of the 458. I haven't had a problem with this one. Some of the other red dots I have tried on this gun have put them to bed. It toasted them. Too much recoil.
Info Bros has a question. Will something that small handle the extra thumping over the long term? That depends on how you would probably describe extra thumping. What do you think if you use that heavily, Special Forces? Do you know any feedback on that? On wear? How long the part lasts?
What are you talking about?
That's a technical question. The thumping of it, wearing the receiver because of that extra kick. Because they are platforms not meant for that kind of power, typically.
Yeah, the basically what I've done is to take a little bit of that out. I've gone with a heavier bolt carrier group, and that's going to add dwell time, which is going to let the cartridge shrink down. Give it a few extra milliseconds to let it shrink down, so that when it goes to extract it, it's easy to pull out of the chamber and not pulling against the cartridge still being swollen and prematurely opening up the chamber. And I've added a heavier spring, and that also adds dwell time. So, but the gun is, you could pull the trigger as fast as you can and it'll fire around. But it will, it basically milliseconds are adding dwell time to give me more shrinkage of the cartridge case after firing it, so that it will extract it.
Okay, even with that extra power, Info Bros is, I think wanting to know, even over the long term, if you keep that oil, that's going to go on a lot of years, wouldn't it? You'd run that gun.
Oh, yeah. The 458 Socom is well within the strength of the 7075 aircraft aluminum that they use, forged aluminum. This stuff will hold considerable more force than what the AR-15 platform will produce in it. You got to remember, this rifle was originally designed as a 308 Winchester. That's what the AR-10 platform was built as. And they went to Eugene Stoner, and the Air Force did, and they said, make us a rifle, but we want it in in a small caliber, so that the soldiers can carry more ammunition on them than 30 caliber ammunition, where we're going to start getting into battles that are much closer and expend much more ammunition in the woods and in the jungles of Vietnam. And so they shrank the AR-10 into the XM-15, which is experimental model 15. And that was what went to the forward advisors and the South Vietnamese infantry during the late 50s and early 60s. And then in 1964, this weapon system went for sale as a civilian rifle. You could buy it in full auto or in semi-automatic.
How many feet per second does that round go at now?
Okay, to give you a little bit of news on the 458 Socom, this round was initially designed. The actual cartridge was designed by Jetsu. I'm trying to remember his Usumi. I'm gonna kill his name. He's an Asian fella, and he basically designed the cartridge. And then the guy Tony at Tromex, the company here in the U.S., designed the first AR-15 rifle to shoot this cartridge, and basically has been working with it ever since. And he's a very good, if you want to get an upper receiver or a whole rifle, you can call up Tony and order whatever you want from Tromex. They manufacture some high quality stuff. I had him do the upper receiver for me, and he cut the ejection port and polished it so you could see the edges of the ejection port. They matched the chrome bolt carrier, because they're both polished up chrome, because the chrome on the bolt carrier group and also on the cut for because they have to open up the stock AR-15 ejection port a little bit bigger to be able to eject the 458 casings. This cartridge was designed and weapon system built in 2000 for the Socom group, and was designed after the Battle of Mogadishu, where they had some problems with AR-15s, M4s, and M16s stopping vehicles. Even M60s, they were shooting a quarter to a half a belt of 100-round belt to get vehicles to basically shoot their engines up so they could stop them. And they wanted a round that would one shot take a person down, or anti-material destroy an engine compartment on a light duty truck or something like that with one shot to be able to stop it. And that's what this weapon system was designed for, and came out in 2000. This cartridge, the 458 Socom cartridge. Cool. And yeah.
P&W has a question.
Says, yes, Mr. Woods.
Woods' dumb question of the day: is there a bolt gun that fires 458 or just AR?
I think there may be a couple, because I know that there's a bolt gun shooting the 450 Bushmaster. I know they make a couple of rifles in 450 Bushmaster, because Remington, I think, has designed the 450 Bushmaster. If I remember it correctly, that was I believe Remington designed that cartridge.
Cool. Got a few people coming in this chat. C&T Designs. West Covina Dodge joined us a little earlier. Appreciate you guys coming in.
Yeah, hey, West Covina. Brother, what's going on?
Guns and Barbecue jumped in. C&T Designs and Arms.
Awesome, guys. Appreciate you very much coming on by. But yeah, this gun works really well as a hunting gun. You can the preferable length of the barrel that they designed this gun to shoot with was a 16-inch barrel to give it the most velocity out of the cartridge, but it can actually be shortened down to 12 inches and still retain quite a bit of its velocity. In fact, they special SOCOM units use it in 16-inch carbine length, and they use it in 12.5, I think, or something very similar to that for their work. But as far as hunting, this cartridge is equal to the 4570 government, and is basically able to hunt anything in North America, whether that be moose, brown bear, anything.
So grizzly too, right? Take a big grizzly down.
I would imagine you could do it, because the only restrictions on grizzly is 33 caliber.
So, no wonder that thing hurts when you shoot it.
Oh yeah. This gun kicks for an AR-15. When you shoot this gun the first time, you're like, wow, this reminds me of shooting a regular rifle, or like a 20 gauge shotgun. When it pops you in the shoulder, it gives you a good little bump.
Info says something I was thinking, sounded like a perfect hog around. That's what I thought, Info.
Oh yeah. It works very well, and a lot of people in Texas and in Florida here use this for purpose-built for hog hunting. I've built quite a few of these as hog hunting guns.
West Covina Dodge got a good comment here. Knocking down steel target spinners and breaking tables and bruising Uncle Jim's shoulder. That's a perfect round for it. I'll leave out the other word he said.
Yeah, I remember West Covina when he was up there with Willie and everybody at his Uncle Jim's house, and they were shooting his 458 Socom.
I missed that part, but I did watch some of that back years ago on that them visiting.
Yeah,
What little I seen, it was a hoot. Wow.
yeah, they are. They had a good time.
Good time.
They had a good time. Yeah, but this cartridge, you're looking at about 19 for 325 grain bullet. You're looking at about 1,900 feet per second and hitting with a little over 2,400 foot-pounds of energy per square inch. Yeah. So you're hitting with a ton of energy, basically.
Wow.
Yeah, it's enough to put a, let's put it this way. I shot through the side of a, the fender of a Nissan, I guess it would be considered like a van, kind of like one of the small, kind of like a Toyota van, but a Nissan model of the same kind of design. And I shot right through the fender and the engine block, which was a V6, all aluminum, went through that, and the bullet pierced the wheel on the left side, hit the right side of the fender and went through the motor and came out the wheel on the left side of the vehicle. And that was a solid copper bullet, Barnes SST, and it solid copper projectile, and it will go right on through.
Wow.
It didn't even really slow it down.
Now, how much foot-pounds does the 308 have? A 30-06, I wonder. What ballpark foot-pounds is that rifle in? I can't
I'm
remember.
not sure.
I'll look it up sometime and compare it.
Yeah, you can look it up. Just ask Google.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll ask Google.
To me, that's a lot of foot-pounds. Be interesting to see what a 50 cal, how many foot-pounds that is. I know what that'll do. Appreciate you guys jumping in. We got Ozark Spirit with us. Tactical FUD. Mark Thomas joined us. Good to see you, Mark. Good to see all of you. Alaska One Andy jumped in there earlier. Hadn't seen him in a while. Good to see you, Alaska. Hang on, guys. He's Googling. Excuse me. I should have did it.
Looks like a 168 grain bullet going 2,650 feet per second is generating 2,619 foot-pounds of energy.
Okay. So I'm about the same.
But this is what you got to change the comparison though. That's a 168 grain bullet going 2,900 feet per second or 2,600 feet per second. This is a 325 grain solid armor piercing projectile going almost 2,000 feet per second. So if you were shooting a solid copper 308 bullet, you probably would be looking somewhere around 180 grain, somewhere in the little heavier, because the solid copper weighs more than the lead. And I would guess that with that kind of weight, you're going to be limited on how far you could shoot. But I know Kenny was shooting 180 grain bullets at a mile with a 308 and hitting a sub 10-inch plate. You know, he was grouping on a 10-inch plate smaller than 10 inches.
Got Ozark Spirit in here with us.
Which would be sub MOA at 1,000 yards.
Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, no worries. But yeah, these guns are great for hog hunting, deer hunting, anything really kind of hunting you're gonna do. This 458 Socom will put them on the ground. If you're an alligator hunter, you know, you hit an alligator with that, it's gonna knock it.
Probably knock a hole right through his head.
Probably would.
Yeah. see, got some new comment. My bullets are the Barnes and the Hornady. Krabby Turtle just joined us. Hello, Echo and AR folks. Good to see you, Krabby Turtle. I was trying. Wait a minute. What was your name before this, Krabby? I forgot. Sorry about that, man. Can't remember. You told me the other week. Gosh. Different name. Trying to think. You'll let me know here in a minute.
You were asking a minute ago about what's the power behind a 308. I happen to have some of my F-class loads in my apps here. And so at F-class, you're pushing it, right? So these are not quite very top, but just a little bit below 2,700 feet per second with 175 grain Sierra Mash Kings. And it's 2,700 feet, foot-pounds at 0 yards, you know. It falls off quite fast, but that gives you a comparison.
Cool.
27.
Sorry, Krabby Turtle. I should know it as much as I've called you out, Makojo, over the past year. Gee webs, I catch alligators like them guys catch catfish. I'll just reach down and grab them by the inside of the mouth. Yeah, that's noodling. That Hannah likes noodling on that YouTube channel. Got scar your arm up too. I heard about that years ago when I was young. But appreciate you guys showing up and being here. Yeah, that's a good heck of a round. Well, I'm impressed. There's a lot of grains there, 352, 350 something. Plus the 4570. You okay, Echo? Make sure he's okay, guys. He just changed
Did
his.
he disappear on us again?
He did this one night and he fell on the floor. So we're hoping he's okay. Yeah, thanks, guys, for coming in, dropping by.
Anyway, he's off. I don't know if you guys want to see this or not. I mentioned these guys, I think, on your show a few weeks back. They are, but this E3D, and they make different things. I've got little fixtures for cutting 5.56 brass in preparation to do it in 300 blackout. Nice little fixture. You just keep pushing it in. It stops it. You use a little Harbor Freight chop saw and cut it. And you just keep feeding them in. It's really fast. And I got one for doing 300 hammer too, but I haven't made that brass yet. But this is one thing they have. It's pretty nice. I've got one out using it right now. But, your Hornady headspace comparators, there's nothing really good to store them in besides the little plastic thing it came in. So they make this. And so that's nice. It just holds together, but it's magnetic.
Cool.
It snaps down there, and now you can't dump them.
Yeah, I hate Hornady's design, the way you get it, that cheap. Mine's still in it, actually.
Yeah, that's the way mine was until just now. And so, and here's the bullet comparators. And the same thing, it just sets down in there, and then it's magnetic and snaps down. The only thing they don't have in here is a place to put the little Allen wrench. So I'm probably just going to drill a hole in the side of it and slide it in.
How much they cost? Will they run?
Let me look it up. I don't remember. Let me look it up.
Huh. That's nice. I hate mine. Every time I get it out, I'm dropping something or make sure I'm stuffed it back in. I need to get I need to get a 223 bullet comparator. I'm gonna get a Sinclair one.
Yeah,
I've
those
got a
are
308.
Nice. These work, but Sinclair is definitely better.
I'll occasionally buy a Sinclair product here and there to kind of mix in with my stuff, like Hornady.
What are you talking about mixing with Hornady, the Sinclair?
Like my comparator set, I'll order a 308 bullet comparator and I'll stick in it, upgrade or to add as an addition. And sometimes I'll order the, what is it? Let me look. I have to remember now. It's been a while. Hang on. Jeez, where's it at? Oh, here it is. I forget. It's been so long. Oh, I'll order the like 308. I'll order, instead of using the aluminum Hornady, I'll order the steel 308 shoulder bump insert, which looks like a bullet comparator, except it's not. It's just a shoulder bump. small one. They make theirs a lot different than Hornady. They don't make it long and, an inch long. And if you looked at it, you'd think it was a bullet comparator, but it's not. It's a shoulder bump. Way to measure shoulder bump on it. I can show it. It's just kind of, let's see.
The headspace comparator was $20,
Mm-hmm.
and the bullet space, the bullet ogive kit was $14.50 for
That's fair.
the two things. So I wouldn't say it's cheap, but it's definitely worth it, especially with they're 3D printing the magnets in the middle of it, which is really cool. There's nothing glued in or loose,
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty solid.
Nice.
And I got some nozzles too to go on the end of my RCBS Charge Master. Let's see, I've got them here. I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not. They're pretty small.
Filled out everything in my Hornady. Matter of fact, hang on. Well, yeah.
So that's
sorry.
These nozzles go on the end of your feed tube on Charge Master Lite. I don't know if you can see there. It's got a little teeny hole in them.
I'm familiar with those.
It really does make the. It was really precise before, but now even with Varget and stick powders, it just is really hitting these numbers a lot better. So that was a good deal. Those are like $10.
I have the straw mod Hasbro, and I'd like to get those. They originally had brass on eBay at one time.
Yep.
And, now I'm seeing the 3D. What do we got going?
I haven't seen the straw mod on this. You got the Charge Master?
1500.
Yeah, I got the Charge Master Lite.
Okay.
And so that's why maybe it's just slightly different, but you just slide these over the end of it. I should have taken them out of the bag before. But it's pretty well thought out and pretty well made. I was going to 3D print one. In fact, I measured and came up with dimensions, and I thought, I'm going to try theirs. I don't have to do the work.
Ozark Spirit says his favorite bullet for the 458 is NOE-HTC 350 HP. Interesting. They make those molds so complicated. Their numbering system, long.
Oh, NOEs?
Yeah, I mean, why don't they just call it, 350, NOE 350? Keep it simple. But anyway,
3 or 4 of their molds now. They're all I've had really good, but you're right. It doesn't seem. I figure it out, but it's not as inherently natural,
No, it's not. To people, it's new, especially kind of confusing to you. You go, well, how am I going to remember all that? Yeah. I don't think they thought of simple or simply to comprehend. Go ahead, Echo. Let's get back to the 458.
Yeah, the 458. And now, with bullets, you can shoot cast lead with them. I've got over here some. These are Acme bullets. You can tell from the famous little wood cart that they put them in, the little Acme ones. And these are 300 or 325 grain. Let me see.
We'll let Echo take you noodling CNT designs.
Hey, easy, cowboy.
Oh, I got to laugh, guys. I got to have some fun tonight a little bit for a minute.
There goes the show.
That's it. Hang on.
There's a little, it's a, what they call like a lipstick red.
Yeah.
300 or 325 jacketed, or not jacketed. It's a lead cast with a flat point.
That's one of those deep satin kind of reds, boy.
Yeah. It's almost like a lipstick style red.
Yeah, but yeah. Unusual. I like that shade though. Nice.
Yeah. It's got a crimp groove and a couple lube grooves there. But yeah, this is an Acme bullet. And
I hear their bullets are good. I've never shot them.
Yeah. Bullets aren't bad.
I think, who was it used to use them? The reloading dude. I hadn't seen him lately.
Dude?
Anybody heard from him lately? I haven't heard from him. He used to do videos a lot, and he went to a divorce, I think. And he jumps occasionally on High Boys shows. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. That's a kind of a satin dark red. Different.
Yeah.
Not lipstick on a pig is what it reminds me of. Sarah Palin. Lord.
Great.
Uh,
So yeah, then the powders that we're using are mostly, like your H110, your 1680, your RX7, I think 4195. Um, Basically, they're fast burning powders and real gassy powders. Um, Basically, generating 2,000 or so feet per second on a 300 grain bullet, and hitting with about a ton of energy. Um, they make some really good rounds. I believe it's Barnes that makes a TSX, I think is the bullet, and tipped TTSX, and it's a solid copper. And I've got some right here. These are very accurate. Anywhere in 100 yards, you can damn near point the rifle and shoot at it.
oh yeah, it's the
And
blue tip.
yeah, the blue tip.
Mm-hmm.
I believe these are Barnes.
Yeah, they're good bullets. I hear Barnes.
Yeah.
Boy, that right there, right there. You talking about punching a hole in your chest? Woo! I mean, you better stick your fist through it.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, Echo, that's a real lung blower.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually will remove your lung.
Oh, now 9mm is the deadliest round around, man.
Yeah.
According to Uncle Biden.
That
What's
guy,
Ozark?
that guy was a smart man at some time in his life, but he has, well, I wouldn't say like an
Yeah, I was gonna
educated smart, but I would say he had his shit together better than he does now. He really, it's almost cruelty to do that, to put somebody like that in the White House and expect them to do a job that, I mean, it's just kind of like it's kind of making fun of him. And I'm always, I don't want to make fun of anybody, even my enemies. I really, you're so dilapidated that you're having that much kind of energy problems, and you can't remember what year it's in. You think we still use F-15 Strike Eagles? He's like,
he has to have notes, David, to walk on stage to read what he's got to do. Little notes, cue cards.
Yeah, it's embarrassing, is what
he
it
don't
is.
know.
That the most powerful country in the world would be represented by someone that has such a just failing brain.
Ozark says, I load the 500 grain subsonic. Man, does it ring some steel and drain a lead pot. I bet.
Oh yeah.
500 grain.
I will tell you right now, when you guys could cast on YouTube, I used to watch Full Lead Taco, and that's one of the first or second guys I actually met on the internet, and he is a super cool guy, and I talked to him from time to time. He would drop the 500 grain full metal or cast lead bullets, and he would be subsonic, and he would say it would literally drain a 20-pound Lee pot in less than 30 minutes of making bullets. I was like, wow.
Mm-hmm.
Casings.
Info Bros. Another rookie question. Do solid copper projectiles require any special loading?
No, they do not. They do not. Basically, you're judging weight of the projectile versus length. They're very similar to a lead bullet. But they do tend to be a little bit more, a little heavier. As far as I've noticed. Now that could be comparable, you could say apples and oranges kind of thing. But copper is a pretty dense metal. It may not be as dense as lead, but you also got to remember when you're looking at a bullet, it's copper and lead, bonded or not bonded. Somehow that copper is surrounding that lead's core. And on nice bullets, on quality bullets that are made for hunting, they bond that lead to the jacket so that it doesn't come apart and fragment when it hits your game, and it gives you a good clean domestic kill. And basically, stays together. And that's what punches through.
I agree, GGW, what you just said.
But for as far as casings for the 458, Starline is the only manufacturer, and the parent case for the 458 Socom is the Desert Eagle 500 50 Action Express, the 50 AE Action Express Desert Eagle cartridge. That is the parent cartridge for the 458. It's just neck down to 458. It's a 50 caliber cartridge neck down to 458, and that's how they came up with it. And it was really a good idea because the way it loads off of a magazine is very reliable because it is bottlenecked, and it's one of the things that are not as finicky like the 50 Beowulf and the 450 Bushmaster can be sometimes a little bit more finicky because they're straight walled cartridges and they're loading off of a magazine that was designed to feed bottleneck cartridges. So sometimes a little modification is needed, as well as shooting the heavy bullets out of the 458. You may need to modify the actual magazine a little bit by cutting out a small U in the very front of the magazine where the bullet can come out of the top of the magazine. And with those big 500 grainers, it doesn't, if it dips down a little bit, it doesn't retard the cycling of the gun by dragging that bullet across the top of the plastic magazine or metal magazine, and it lets it feed directly into the feed ramp.
Lead Bullet Junkie joined us. Good to see you, man. And Bravo Delta jumped in.
Awesome, guys. Thanks for coming
by.
Evening.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Yeah, we're just Spirits. Talking.
Sorry.
Oh, it's all right, brother. Go ahead.
Ozark Spirit says he used the Lancer mags, Dremel out and smile on the mag face. Yes.
Lancer mags are some of the best magazines you can get, hands down, in my opinion. As far as the springs, they've got the toughest springs. And what I like about Lancer is they completely the feed lips and everything are reinforced steel.
Yeah.
Let me grab one for you guys.
I bought 2 Lancers for my LR308, and boy, it got like $53.
Yeah, they're expensive. Ain't nothing cheap on a Lancer mag.
I didn't have any of them until I started this 300 hammer, and I picked up a couple of 300 blackout mags in the smoke. Those are awesome. They function perfect, and they're just really easy to use and see.
They're great mags. I'd like to have a few P mags for my 308 AR-10 eventually. I want to get, because they're like $20, for I think 20.
Yeah, that's what I got for that 6.5 Creedmoor.
I bought 2 Lancers, I think 20 or 25 round. I can't remember. They're back there in my foot locker or whatever. But I need to check because I don't remember. But I'm going to get some P mags. Chris from the 740 has joined us. Good to see you, Chris.
Oh, hey, Chris.
Hope you're doing well.
I'm having fun over here and listening and learning about that round, but I'm sizing up some 30-06 brass. And, I got some factory loads I fired, and they're sizing no problem. I bought online some once fire, which I don't know if it is or not. And it's this, I don't know if you guys have heard of this brand. It's HXP, but there's not a case in here newer than 1972.
Wow.
Holy mackerel. That's 60 years old.
Look at the primers and see if they look like they match the case.
Take care, young lady.
They're hard as a rock. and they're all crimped in, but I got them out. But yeah, so it's like I may give those to somebody.
Yeah, sometimes you can tell it. Sometimes you can tell. Oh, there we go. Let me put that shot down.
And I had annealed them too.
Okay. Yeah, on those once fired, sometimes you can tell if it's original primer. Sometimes you can tell it's reloaded if it's got the shiny.
Well, I've got them all knocked out now, but they were military crimps, and so I got those out. Redid the primer pockets and annealed them, only to find out they're really hard to set. I mean, the brass is bouncing back 6,000s after I size it.
Did you have to swage them?
I did.
Yeah, that's once fired then. Yeah.
It's like I say, I size these Federal and Remingtons, and I'm bumping them back 1,000 to 1,500 the shoulder, and it's a bolt gun. And then I do the same thing to the other brass. They're 5,000s long. Just bouncing back.
Spring back.
Well, yeah, ammunition that old will harden in years. Okay, let's bring this up for a second. Okay, brass will work harden, as we all know, as most alloys and metals do. When you bend a metal, it hardens. It keeps hardening until it breaks, like you do a wire. Everything will work harden.
Got a new guy coming in here. Sorry.
Brass will also age harden. So when you start getting into something that's 50, 60 years old, that brass will have been hardened for so many decades that basically you need to anneal it. That's why you're getting so much spring back.
Well, I had annealed it.
Oh,
that's
you
the
had?
Problem. Yeah, and it's still coming back that much.
Oh, man.
Hey, we got a new guy in here, RJ. He says, it's crazy I'm seeing this live. I was just searching specs on Sammy. Appreciate you dropping in, RJ. Great to have you. New person. I had to acknowledge him. Sorry, Echo. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Thanks, RJ. I appreciate it, brother, for stopping in and checking us out. You were looking for specs on the 458?
Sounds like it. We'll know in a minute. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Here, blow me up.
Okay.
This is a Lancer mag. And if you look all around this piece right here, you'll notice this is all steel. These are reinforced on both sides, steel. Same with their 30 caliber 308 magazines. They're smooth body on the top that goes into your gun. And then they've got a very aggressive pattern on the side. And basically, if you look, you can see the little cutout that I've put.
Yeah, we see it now. Yeah.
That I've put in it. Basically, it's a little moon that we put in there. And basically that's to let 500 grain heavy subsonic bullets that typically will tilt the magazine down just a hair in the front, keep it from catching on the front of the magazine when it's feeding into the barrel extension and into the feed ramp. So that's basically what we're doing when we're talking about modifying. It's not a big modification. It's just enough to help it a little bit, and that's all it needs. And you will have no problems. These are Lancer mags, spelled Lancer, and Brunel sells them. That's or Midway USA as well. I try to catch them when they're on sale because they are pricey.
I bet. Yeah, I bought two from my LR 308, $53 plus tax. Over $100 just for two mags. But
yeah.
Who joined? Drew Bradley jumped in here. Good to see you, Drew. Everybody likes this caliber, even in 45-70.
Hey, you guys, this is what a nice guy I am. Okay. My ex-wife got bullets from me to go shoot with her new boyfriend.
Oh boy.
and with the handgun I just gave her in the last couple months. But hey, listen, I'm good with it. What else am I going to be but good with it?
It's good you're
I'm going to be
handling it.
moving.
It's tough. Breakups.
It is tough, but you just got to get by with whatever you have to, whenever you have to. And that's all I'm doing. That and looking at how many of these Lancer mags I have, and I'm like thinking, gee, many crickets, I spent some money.
Yeah, they're costly, but they're good mags. That's why I bought them.
They're great magazines.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to get me a few P mags. I'm slowly buying the 308 mags because they are expensive, so I started buying them, even though I haven't built anything yet. And did you load them nuclear hot? Tin Man says. Huh.
What is he saying?
They're carrying on some conversation. I don't quite understand it. I understand part of it, but
Well, I'm frustrated.
What's the matter, brother?
what's the matter?
Everything's moving right along, and look what happens.
Oh man,
Stuck case.
Are you kidding me?
I just sized this thing. And I thought, well, it didn't look like shoulders far enough back. Did it again. It stuck it hard and peeled the rim right back.
What lube do you use?
But I got the tool. This is Hornady One Shot.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
I'm not that familiar with that stuff.
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, you might want to.
I like it because it doesn't build up, you know.
Right.
And these Reddings don't have vents. So
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. That's my issue with the Redding. I wish they had a vent, but I can't on a Redding die on 9mm. I mean not 223. I cannot use a what is it? Hang on, guys. I have to use Imperial. I cannot use the other stuff, Hornady Unique. Well, you know why? It'll dent my case. On one press now, not all presses. On the T7, it does fine. If I put it on the Forester, it will dent the head of the case, 223.
yeah.
On the Redding 223 full length die. So it kind of.
You get a little lube, anything built up in there, and it's enough pressure, it just dents it right back.
Mm-hmm. I try my best not to lube the shoulder anymore. I just use the Imperial right now, and I'm doing okay. And but what Unique, and I love Unique. It works with most all rounds, and it works good because it's not greasy. That's why I like it. But I had to go back to Imperial on that particular die. Let's see, Lead Bullet. What's he saying here? I see Tin Man asking Echo if he gave his ex-wife sabotage rounds.
No, I'm not cruel. I'm
blow
not
both
cruel.
of them up, huh? Get rid of them one fell swoop. Whoop, bam.
Yeah, no, I don't do that.
Let's see what Lead Bullet's saying.
I'm too much of a Second Amendment supporter to bring that kind of nastiness down on gun people. You know what I'm saying?
People that know you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want me a lever Lead Bullet junkie.
I would never do that because I'm a big believer in karma. And I believe whatever you dish out, you get back sometimes 2 or 3 fold. And I wouldn't want to be the one receiving anything on this.
Earl,
West
that's your new nickname. Echo will call you Earl.
Earl.
That was a great
name.
show.
Yes.
Good show, Earl. Wes Covina says he's on his second 10 of Imperial after 7 years. Wow. And what is it? Hippo said he loves Lancers. Andy says one shot works great. Just read the instructions how to use it.
Yeah, because you got to let it dry. If you don't let it dry, you're going to have some problems. And I'm trying to figure out what is this.
Well, Critter says, well, the 4570 got put back behind a 45. You got so many weapons, the Critter, I can't keep up with them. You like Mac Man. I had a whole bunch of rifles here, guys, at one time. And precision, lever. I don't have none of it anymore. I hate that, too. Wished I had a lever special. I want a 30-30 Marlin. That's what I want. I had a brand new 35 Marlin. I traded it in on a precision rifle a few years back.
I'm going to start breaking out rifles. I did exclusively for a long time and haven't touched them in a while. And that's my flintlocks and stuff. And then mainly it's just like I said, I was messing around with that GoPro in slow motion. It's like, I want to do a flintlock firing now in slow motion. Watch the fire come out the side. I just think it'll be fun.
Bravo Delta said he stuck a few with one shot. He uses Imperial Unique. That's what I did. I
Yeah,
actually
I
got one. I
use
actually got a 223 stuck, guys, with the lanolin mix. Yeah, the homemade stuff and a Redding die. Redding die's got tight tolerances, is what I think. Plus, they don't have that vent hole.
yeah.
So,
Yep.
go ahead, Echo. What was you gonna say?
Yeah, no, I agree with you on the stuck with the Reddings being a little tighter on the tolerances. Yeah, and that
Mm-hmm.
can sometimes get you in a little bit of trouble if you don't use enough lube. And because a lot of guys, I'll go a little bit heavy on the lube on the first case. And even if I dent the shoulder, I treat what I call that is seasoning the seasoning the die, because I've already cleaned it. So now I'm going to put a heavy cake coat, and I'm going to put that up inside that die with brass, and that's going to force pressure against the metal surface and impregnate it with the lubriciousness of the wax or the whatever lubrication you happen to be using.
Mm-hmm.
And it gives you a good turnout.
Yeah, Tin Man says they can't afford the 308 mags. Lancer, one shot becomes stuck real quick if you don't read the directions. I've never used it on that stuff.
Yeah, I've used it, but you gotta be real. You gotta follow the directions. You gotta hose, basically use it liberally. Like you spray the heck out of it. Don't shy spray. Don't just do little spritz. Actually spray it, and then give it time to dry.
Right. Info Bros wants to know, what did he say here? Sorry, let me look. Does Lancer only make AR mags?
No, they make AR LR 308, SR 25, AR 10 magazines, as well as AR 15. And they work really well, the AR 15s, with the 300 blackout too.
Oh, sorry, guys. My brother was texting me about my injectors on my car. I did a leak down test today and failed. Get back to the questions. Hippa says, I'm looking for a lever in 45 Colt or 357. Levers are hard to come by now. It's like, actually, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can get AR-15s, but you can't get lever guns. Go figure. It's strange, the dynamic since COVID. I was in a shop the other week, and I says, man, you used to have aisles full of used levers. I mean, my brother bought one, I can't remember, maybe 8, 9 years ago, maybe 7. Heck. He bought a used 35 Remington Marlin J stamp for $250 plus tax. Yeah. And it's pretty decent gun. I shot it here a few months ago.
I want a lung blowing AR-15. It's about the only caliber I don't have one in.
Lung blowing. I love it.
I tell you, the ignorance about firearms in some communities is shocking, especially when you live an elitist life.
Can you imagine all the Secret Service guys sitting there beside him trying not to laugh?
Oh,
Dude, could you imagine
they know.
them just being like, I love it when he was talking about how like a urban militia couldn't overthrow the government, and he's like, we've got F-15s and stuff. You can't
and nuclear bombs.
And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, we haven't used F-15s as fighting vehicles since, what was that, the mid to late 80s? I'm like into the early 90s. I'm like, I'm like, and then at bombs. I'm like, atomic bombs. I was like, atomic bombs? You mean nuclear bombs? And I'm like, what? When are we gonna use those on civilian populace? I'm like, what is this guy? He has no idea what he's talking about. It's like he's just like in another world.
I'll tell you, those lever guns in a self-defense situation,
Oh
as
yeah,
fast
they
as
work
you can
pretty
shoot
good.
them, man, it's like almost like an AR. It's kind of like I call it the AR of the West, but everybody knows that they're good self-defense. It don't matter if you're in a riot, whatever you're in, you got that lever and keep it loaded. You're shooting fast. Remember what is it, Rifleman? Bam, 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 bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good show. I'd like to have one of those. What are they? 1878 with the big loop.
I don't remember the
Something like
year,
that.
but I remember the big loop. Yeah. I remember I read something years ago about how they did that gun and what they did to it. And it's been a long time. I don't remember the story now. Bravo Delta says I scored 2 Henrys earlier this year, 45 LC side gate. Oh wow, and 357 silver. Yeah, I think everybody realized. A lot of people maybe it didn't like ARs. I suspect, and a lot of people love levers anyway. They went out and bought levers because you cannot beat it in like a house thing. I mean, you can rapid fire, and the bullet will just it's destructive. So it's a heck of a good self-defense round. I think I've mentioned this before on the show. I've read articles over the years that sheriff's departments ought to have them because they're cheaper, and they still do a good job in a shootout over the expensive, AR-15s or whatever M16s they have. Typically AR-15s, but 10 man says swapping out a 30-round mag is quicker than cramming. Yeah, I agree with that. But
Yeah.
the lever's still good defense, good weapon for defense, and everybody they know they don't have to worry about it from the government or deal with it. Well, a deer is wearing a
This
Kevlar
stuck case
vest.
is making
Better
me
be.
work for it.
Are you using a stuck case remover?
Yeah, I've got it to this point. I've already drilled it, tapped it, and threaded in, and I got the case loose, but the expander ball inside is still stuck in the case and it's not releasing it.
Which kind of die is it? Is it a Redding?
Yeah, it's the Redding, brand new Redding.
Oh Lord.
I'll get it. Just a matter how patient I am. If you hear me screaming, you'll know I'm not.
That bullet says he printed a 3D trigger trip for his 92 357 Rossi. It's a blast dumping the T with 38 special. He's working on a video with it. I have a video of it working as well. Check it out, guys. Check his channel out. I love lever action
Who's
guns. Lead bullet junkie. I love those
Oh,
lever
yeah.
guns. They're great. I miss mine.
Yeah,
I need
lead
one to
bullet
go along with my
junkie.
45
Is he does he have a monitor status?
I don't think so.
Okay,
Unless you gave
hold
it
on.
to him. I don't
Hold
know.
on.
I haven't looked on the
I'm
other
gonna have
side
him
yet.
drop a link to that. Let me.
Okay. Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? A lot of people don't think that there's no levers. I've seen some 22 levers lately in the store. And I mentioned to the store guy, I said, boy, you used to have a ton of them things a few years back.
Lead bullet
they can't
junkie.
even get them.
You can drop a link now. You're a moderator. You can drop a link now to that video if you have it completed.
Or your channel, whichever you prefer.
Or your channel.
I can tell you one lever gun, most expensive one I bought, and I don't own it.
That's
But
okay.
my nephew, my father-in-law, had promised my nephew that when he graduated Eagle Scouts, he'd buy him the Henry Eagle Scout version. That's all done up and fancy and all that. And unfortunately, my father-in-law passed before that could happen. It was about a year from him getting his Eagle Scout. So I went and bought him one, and my brother-in-law and mine gave it to him.
Awesome.
It's nice. It's nice.
I like hearing stories like that.
Info says, check out the Enfield 303 and the Mad Minute. Okay. Anyway, we got off on levers there, but that's okay because it's related to the 4570, the 458, so it ties in.
Besides, it's gun topic. It's good topic.
Yeah, I was reading that earlier. Wearing a Kevlar vest, West Covina said it better be a level 4.
That's what I got. Level
wanna-
4 plus.
I want to get me a lightweight one to put the soft armor in, where I can wear it, just
Right.
something light. And then I want to get a other battle one with the lighter plates, maybe level 3, at least 3 plus minimum. But I don't want steel. I'm not going with steel. I won't touch that heavy stuff. I don't care for it.
Yeah.
It's just a little too much weight for me to deal with. I'm not I'm not Arnold Schwarzenegger doing pumping iron.
I do a lot of that pumping iron, let me tell you.
I bet you do. Kidding. See, I need to get back into making videos again. Yeah. Appreciate you guys. Bravo Delta's been in the chat. Great having you. Boy, I've got a burn.
Yeah, we've had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Doing everything up.
And
I
then
tell you
poor
what.
Hasbro gets bullets, brass stuck right in the middle of the show.
Yeah, but that's okay.
boy.
Let's big screen Hasbro and see what he's doing. Give him some emotional support.
Yeah, that's what I need right now. I'm about to throw
Yeah.
it
To
across
your
the room.
emotional rescue,
But I think
says the Stone.
well, I'm close. I'm not quite there yet.
Okay.
I have to
I
keep
like how
muting,
that book.
otherwise you
I
can
like
hear
that
what I'm
book where
yelling.
you stick it up like that. That's cool back there. Kind of a.
What caliber bullet got stuck? 223?
No, 30-06.
Ooh.
A really long case.
Long,
bit me.
lot of surface area.
Yeah, that's what's going on. I'm so close to getting it out of there, though. Got to think a little bit and get it right.
How you liking your snowball mic or your?
Was that for me?
Yeah. How
What'd you
liking
say?
it? How's your mic doing? How do you like it?
Oh, it's been great so far. I find it's not bad back here, but if I move it up 10, 12 inches away from me, I think it's a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
I played just a little bit with the gains and stuff, and it's got some automatic noise canceling stuff that I haven't played too much with yet.
Mm-hmm. That's in software, right?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that stuff works, believe it or not. Mm-hmm. Basically, you got the software version when I got the hardware. That's what it is. And Echo's got the software. Secret, I only have one. Critter says I only have one shoulder, but not really buying for me, for my offspring when I croak. Okay, we hope you don't do that, Critter.
Yeah, Critter. I don't have any offspring. I thought Critter had a daughter.
Apparently, he's got offspring, so he's got a maybe. Tactical Fuzz says I got some 300 blackout, 45 ACP, and 9mm ammo. I made, but been too hot here to go. Yeah, it's too hot here. I can't even go swimming, guys. It's so hot because they got concrete around the pool. I'd rather go to a lake, maybe a beach, because it's not as hot. I told my daughter that the other day. I said, I can't go down that pool, that concrete. It'll about kill you. But,
so anyways, so you got it starting to come out. You've got the die tapped, the cartridge tapped, and the thing going in. Did you use enough spacers?
Well, I've got these all stacked up on the top. Cranked it in. Is it enough? Well, by the result, I'd say no.
Yeah, you just don't want to go so far down. Yeah, four washers
and a nut. You know,
wow.
I won't have very much more threads.
Dylan dies have a unique way to get unstuck brass.
Aha!
Got it.
Ta-da.
All right. And we unstuck it. Now, how much is there any lube on that case?
It's covered in it.
It's covered in it, and it's still stuck in there like that.
Crazy
Crazy.
tolerance, I suspect, and the brass too.
I just run about 10 of them through it without a problem.
And that's that decades old brass, right?
No, this is federal that I ran through it. I quit running that other stuff.
Oh, okay.
But, all right. I haven't stuck a case in a while since the early 6.5 Grendel stuff I did 2 years ago. I didn't say anything because I'll stick another one tonight.
Hey, I had this Summit press, and
Sorry.
I was doing 223 Remington, and I must have stuck 4 cases, and I figured it out that when you were lifting up on the handle, pulling the press off, the press is little the little thing that slides on the ram. It was pivoting a little bit, and it was cockeying and causing it to pull up semi crooked, and that's what was causing it to rip these cases. And I was like, oh my gosh.
I gotta say this, Echo. Wes Covina says watching stuck case removal is like watching a tooth extraction. Wes Covina said that.
I love it, dude. I love it. I'll watch tooth extractions.
And what does Echo do? He blows it up and magnifies it. Hey, guys, let's check this stuck brass out tonight.
Yeah, let's
NASCAR race.
Yeah, let's the crash scene.
Man.
Like,
if you really want a good laugh, I get it out, right? But the expander is still stuck in the case.
Oh,
it doesn't thread it off the end of this thing. So I got to get that out of a stuck case. But I can cut the case open.
Jeez.
I wonder if you can just.
Strange brass.
I'm trying to think if you have to reinsert it to get it to.
Yeah, it's getting dremeled. That's gonna be the easiest way to get that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go on mute. I'm gonna make a lot of noise with the Dremel.
I can get the Dremel. Some things are handy.
Yeah, they work very well.
Put my Hornady comparators up.
So he was able to get that stuck case out. That was good. Now he's just got to get his expander ball linkage out of the brass.
Critter says, "Hey, Hobby's Hobo joined us. Good to see you, Hobo."
Yeah, it's like, hey, he hit the first turn wall at 200 miles an hour. Now you're just bouncing along the back stretch. That's basically what I'm doing now.
He's just bouncing along the back stretch.
7:32. We still got some time. Uncle Jim just got a notification from Uncle Jim too on my PC.
For what?
I don't know. It could be the video he posted.
Yeah, he probably dropped a video.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now we get dental drills. Wes Covina's on a roll tonight. Now we get dental drill. We get dental drill sound effects, he says.
And
he looks at things like I do sometimes at dark humor.
Yeah. Could you imagine watching somebody getting drilled in their mouth?
Ooh.
I should go to my dentist's office. I could probably
I hate seeing those spy movies where they pull your teeth when you're with nothing on. They just put you in a chair.
No.
God, that's horrible.
I can't. I one time, I tell you what, about a year ago, when I walk out of my garage back into my kitchen, I have about a 12-inch step up to make it into my kitchen, and I caught my pinky toe on that thing, and I was moving pretty good, and I tore the entire pinky nail. There was just a little piece holding still on, and I had to grab it and pull it off, and it hurt so bad. I mean, it brought full-on tears to my eyes.
Wow.
And I just sat there, and that thing bled all over the place. I was in so much pain. I was like, that's why they tell you to wear shoes when you're walking around, so that you don't jab your toes and pull a nail off. That was a horrible story.
I get purple toes sometimes over the years. Oh, I hate it. God, it hurts. Uncle Jim said, oops, sorry, cluster video had to be done before a nap. Good to see you, Uncle Jim.
Yeah, Uncle Jim, brother. Thank you for coming by.
CNT Design says at least he.
All right, Ricky Bobby got it out.
Ricky Bobby.
Okay. How'd you get it out now? Cut the neck off?
I cut it part way with the Dremel and just took pliers and broke it open.
That's easy. Yeah. Now he has a 30-06 knockout or blackout, D-Dub says. How you doing, D-Dub? Okay, nobody talk at once.
Yeah, I know, right? Everybody's he's
Oh,
getting
Jer Bear
everything.
joined us. Sorry.
Ah, yeah.
Hey, Jer Bear. Fellow
You got
Patriots.
excited
USA.
there. AR got excited.
Yeah.
He
I like.
started.
He's got a lot of guns, man. He
Oh
has
hell
to
yeah,
build those
Jay Bear is
guns.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm. He likes that Aero Precision. I do too. I'm impressed with their quality of dies, their surface. They look good. Their products do. I think their dies are a little bit better. That makes their uppers and lowers. That's why they kind of have a silky black look. Another one that does that is Rainier Arms. You buy one of their lowers, man, it's almost like black paint. Beautiful finish on it. Dremel saves the day, he says CNT Designs.
Yeah, it does quite a bit.
I need to get one. I know that. Just putting it on.
I got
that
2 of
4,000. I figured that. Send me one.
Yeah, because I've gotten stuff stuck. I mean, a lot of cases stuck, and I'm like, oh, and it's always in like the worst time. Like it's right when it's not when you first get started and you got all the energy and patience in the world. It's always when you're tired and you may have not lubed the case correctly, and you throw it in there and bam, it's going, and you're like, I'll just force it up in there and it'll pop back out, and you shove it down up in there, and you try to go and you feel that your head on your case starting to give out, and you're like, oh, you're just like, no, and you go a little further and pop, and then the whole head of the case comes off, or just the sides of the sides of the brass.
Okay. What you got out of there, Hasbro? That was in the die, or in the brass?
I had 2 boxes of 20 factory ammo, and they were fired but not clean, and they didn't look too bad. So I thought, well, I'll just size them, knock them out, because I'm gonna go put them in a wet tumble and clean all this lube off anyway. And look at that. That was just from maybe 10 or 15 rounds, so that stuck it for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I guess I'll clean them and resize them tomorrow.
Yeah,
says, go ahead.
Oh, that's why they say to clean your rifle brass and pistol brass. They say those carbide ring can clean the carbon off of it.
Mm-hmm. Jer Bear says, I finally finished building my Aero Precision EPC 9mm. I don't know if I'll ever get that. My son did a few years ago, got a 9mm. And I says, to me, the round is limited anyway in a handgun, so I just typically never went that route. Of course, I don't go 300 blackout either. If I did anything, it'd probably be the hammer.
You the man. Good idea.
Or either the 458 or the 450 Bushmaster. That's just the way I am. I don't.
No, ignore Echo. Go hammer. He's leading you down the dark path.
The dark path.
I don't need a heavy bullet that goes slow to kill people in buildings. I don't know. I just don't want one. But 300 blackout is the rage. Lead Bullet Junk says, I'm
300 blackout is just fun to shoot. Once you shoot some subsonic,
I might like it if I shot it.
Grain, you even out of a non-suppressed 16-inch barreled gun, you shoot that 220 grain, and you can damn near take your headphones off because it's so quiet.
Wow, I've heard that. Lead Bullet says he's in the middle of an Aero build M4E that be enhanced. 300 blackout build right now. I just need my truck to stop breaking down so I can buy more parts. Boy, I know what you're talking about stuff breaking down. Andy says he's watching Uncle Jim 2's video. Shoot that one-shot can. Okay. Appreciate you guys dropping by. 7:40. We're starting to wind down here soon.
Yeah, let's go ahead and start wrapping this up. For Georgia Shooting Connection, ladies and gentlemen, is coming on next. And same bat time, same bat channel. You guys can fire up with Jamie and Kyle in Chico Wise over on the Georgia Shooting Connection, coming up right after my show at 8 p.m. And we'd like you to drop by and check those fellas out and tell them Echo sent you.
And see what they say.
AR2. Tell me how.
See what they
The
say
Georgia
about
boy sent you too.
See if you get a 10% discount. I bet you don't. I give you a
That's about
1%
right.
discount. Yeah, I get you the 1%
10% of nothing is what?
Is what? Yep.
Chris jumped in,
That's
joined
how
us.
they go. I give you the 10% discount is what? That's the only thing you get is the is what?
I probably would like it, Uncle Jim, if I shot it. I just haven't really, went that route. I like 6.5 Grendel, kill hogs and
Yeah, that's a
deer.
good round. I learned the hard way. Don't buy a BCA barrel and 6.5 Grendel. But there's a lot of other good options. I would have bought a Faxon if I could have got it. I ended up buying a Wilson Combat. And paid a lot more. And it's, it's a great barrel and all, but there's better options, I think, or as good an option, a little cheaper.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, CNT Design says you perps all be cool and keep loading. One day I will get my reloading set up and I will bug the hell out of you guys.
Oh, don't worry
Get the
about
reloading,
it.
man. Yeah.
Get the reloading and bug the hell out of us. That's what we're here for.
We need questions and feedback.
Uncle Jim, all of us love it when new people get started. Uncle John, you guys, whoever wants to get started doing reloading.
Uncle John says, "Thank you, two whack jobs." Thank you, Uncle John. Appreciate you whack jobs showing up too. So, anyway, we enjoyed you guys. Appreciate you dropping by tonight.
Echo, you kind of draw an odd crowd. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, I think it has to do with me being an oddball.
I think it's. Let me see. I got to point. Well, I got to point that way. Yeah, the opposite up there. Good night, Info Bros. Good to see you all. I pretty much called you out as I went, so I'm not going. I don't know if I'll scroll up.
We don't have to do that tonight.
Yeah. But
Everybody, we appreciate everyone coming in the side chat and participating and watching us goofballs talk about 458 Socom and jamming stuck cases.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Yeah, that's entertaining.
CNT says, "Do you guys do any swaging?" Oh yeah, I swage a 223 all the time. It's not that bad. It's just prep and it annoys you sometimes.
I cut them out.
Yeah,
I remove them with a RCBS crimp remover and just do away with them instead of. I've noticed that sometimes when you swage, you will work hard in your primer pocket. And
I do it with the little knurl thing from my Lyman.
Yeah.
I just stick it in there with a drill and boom, it's gone.
Yep.
Right there. It's got little knurls on it, curled metal. So it works, guys. And how long it's going to be before it dulls, I don't know. I'll let you know.
Yeah.
But I went down because I was doing so much 223, the Dillon path of having a swager there and set it up.
Oh, yeah.
It works good. But like all things, once you swage it, the pocket will change, a little bit. And sooner or later, they all open up. But.
Yeah.
What is CNT saying? He says, we have to be odd to show up. That was the rules that were explained to me. Oh, okay. Rumors out there, huh? Spinning around in YouTube world. Over there, Echo, the AR, they're crazy. Bunch of wild and crazy guys, huh? Yeah.
But we appreciate everybody coming out tonight and everything. And we are probably Hasbro. What did you get that thing unstuck and you're proceeding on to your next piece of brass?
Yeah, I got it unstuck. But what I'm gonna do instead of working with the ones that have been fired is I've got a new Winchester. So I'm just going to go ahead and resize these, throw them all in the tumbler, and I'll load these tomorrow.
Okay. Good.
Those shouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
with bottleneck,
again.
With bottleneck, I would always throw them at least in a dry tumbler before I would load them in a dye.
Yeah, and I always do. And this time I just,
And now you figured out why you do it.
Yeah.
Well, I just relearned that lesson, like an idiot.
Yeah.
Right, live too, in front of the whole world.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I do for your show,
If
Echo.
you can make a mistake in front of God and country, you can make a mistake in front of anyone.
Yeah, I
West
just did
Covina
that
says,
for you, Echo, to make your show ratings a little better.
Yeah, that's helping us out every time.
West Covina says that Dylan Swedger leaves a burr at the bottom of the primer pocket, so I need to cut it out anyway. Yeah, I've heard some.
I've not had it do that.
So.
I know some people have said they've had it, but a lot of it, you know, if you don't get it lined up and you put it in there wrong, you're going to get an oval primer.
Yeah.
You know, that's the worst of all, because you just pick that thing up and throw it away.
I bought Uncle Jim. I bought a RCBS from I know it was Amazon. I bought one on Amazon, and it would not even cut the primer pocket out. I sent it back. Looked brand new. Would not cut it. No matter what I did. And I sent it. I shipped it back to Amazon.
You talk about that. I have a Wilson case trimmer, you know, and I had the original cutter with it, and after thousands and thousands of rounds, it's getting a little dull. So I bought a titanium nitride cutter, brand new. It's dull as can be. It won't cut anything.
I thought that would be supposedly so great and so last so long. They said.
Yeah. Well, it told me never buy one from eBay.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of like loading dirty brass. You know, you shouldn't do it. You do it anyway.
I'm cautious. Even on Amazon, I'm cautious about what I buy on Amazon. I buy quite a bit of stuff on Amazon.
Yeah.
You know, multiple areas like cars.
I would now, you know, but that was a lot of years ago.
Thank you, Uncle John. I'm doing a little bit better. I'm still having issues, but I'm hanging in there. I miss streaming, miss talking to you guys, but I'm back for a while until I fall apart again.
Well, we know that one thing: he's not pregnant.
Yeah, he is not
And
pregnant.
you know, and only in America in modern times does men now. You ask young people, yes, a man can get pregnant. I heard the other day. I forget where I heard that. And I went, what the?
It's sad, actually. It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. It's like
if they're being indoctrinated to that, and they, God Almighty, excuse me. Sorry. Cut away from that. Jerry Bear says he uses the Lee APP press with the new Lee swaging die and never had a problem with 556 LC. Gotcha.
Yes. Uncle Jim is saying.
Go ahead. That's what I was going to comment. Go ahead.
Good show, though, guys. I enjoyed this. Like I said, I always enjoy Echo streams. Always. I guess because I don't have to worry about it. I just co-hosting to me is easy compared to running a show. I don't know why. Does that make sense? But it does. It is. I know it's trying. It makes sense to me that it's easier to co-host than run a show. But I enjoy it.
Uncle Jim's on a roll.
Yes, Uncle Jim is kicking him out.
Oh no, West COVID just
really
went off the deep end.
Oh God! Oh Lord! I ain't gonna comment on nothing.
I told you, Echo.
I'll keep quiet.
I know you have to be a little weird to come to this hangout.
Yeah.
You got to be a little strange, but that's okay.
Hey, we're getting new people in here too tonight.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
From apparently coming up live on the queue. So
yeah,
that's good.
We're going to go ahead and shut her down, folks. Thank you very much for coming out tonight. We really appreciate it. Appreciate Hasbro coming and hanging out with us. And I appreciate the help that I got from AR Guns there. Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for coming out and joining.
Always enjoy it.
Yes, and we will be back next week, and hopefully we will be doing some 8.6 blackout again. Follow up with some more shooting results from Eagle Run 2-3, and we'll be checking that out. So tune in and see if Eagle's going to make an appearance on doing some more shooting with his new blackout 8.6.
And I should be back Thursday night, guys. So 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please drop by. I hadn't seen Uncle Jim in a while. I know you hadn't been there, at least maybe a time or two. Of course, I haven't been there either. So, but check it out, guys. I appreciate you coming in, and great chat. Great stream tonight.
Had a really good time.
Good
everybody. Topic. See you over at Georgia. And
have a good one night.
Have
night,
a
guys.
good one.